It's a beautiful winter day here at Edwards Air Force Base. This is Jacobo Garrido reporting for L28 News, and we're here to commemorate the Tuskegee Airmen. The Red Tail Rendezvous at Edwards Air Force Base on March 7th was more than just a commemoration. It was a powerful tribute to the Tuskegee Airmen, ensuring their contributions to American military aviation are forever etched in history. The event, held on the 83rd anniversary of the first graduating class of Tuskegee pilots, served as both an educational experience and a celebration of the trailblazing men who defied segregation and prejudice to become some of the most skilled pilots in U.S. history. The Tuskegee Airmen, the first black pilots and grounds crews in the U.S. Army Corps, played a pivotal role in World War II, proving their combat effectiveness in the Mediterranean and North African theaters. Known as the Red Tails for the distinct red markings on their aircraft, these pilots not only broke racial barriers, but also helped lay the foundation for the eventual desegregation of the U.S. military. To preserve and extend their legacy, Edwards Air Force Base, long known for its groundbreaking aviation advancements, hosted an event that combined historical education, technological innovation, and community outreach. Among the highlights were a presentation on the history of the Tuskegee Airmen, a panel discussion featuring their descendants, and a static display of Red Tail aircraft, including the vintage P-51 Mustang, the Alabama National Guard F-35, and the new T-7A Red Hawk, a next-generation jet trainer named in honor of the Tuskegee Airmen. General Doug Wickert, base commander at Edwards Air Force Base, spoke about the emotional weight of the event and its importance in motivating future aviators.
Today was a very emotional day. We love celebrating the warrior history. It's inspiring, particularly for the next generation. You know, I was inspired by stories, particularly stories of the Tuskegee Airmen when I was young, and so it's neat having the opportunity to have the high school students here. We have a STEM outreach event going on right now in conjunction with having all the Red Tails out here. And it really is going to motivate that next generation, because if they're going to fly for the Air Force, they're actually going to learn how to fly on this airplane right here. And it might actually be this tail number.
That message resonated with the high school students in attendance, many of whom were learning about the Tuskegee Airmen for the first time. Wickert noted the importance of events like these in keeping history alive.
Sometimes we take for granted our history. You know, things that come obvious to us maybe aren't always as obvious as we think they might be.
The T-7A Red Hawk, which is set to replace the aging T-38 Talon as the U.S. Air Force's primary jet trainer, serves as a direct link between the past and the future of military aviation. The aircraft, which incorporates cutting-edge avionics and a digital training system, will prepare the next generations of fighter and bomber pilots, much like the Tuskegee Airmen trained to become the first black military aviators over 8 decades ago.
But having the P-51 here, having the T-7, which really carries that Red Tail legacy into the future. So, you know, the Tuskegee Airmen were the first generation to train African-American, the Red Tails. And the next generation of Air Force pilots are going to learn how to fly on this airplane. And then, of course, once they learn how to fly on this airplane, a lot of them are going to go fly the F-35 in the background, a 5th-gen fighter, and the Alabama Air National Guard carrying on that Red Tail legacy, flying F-35s. It comes full circle. And so I was continuously told, you want to be a pilot, you can be a pilot. It may, if you just watch the movies, you see Top Gun, it may seem like a dream. That's, wow, okay, that's just something that lucky people get to do. No, ordinary people. All you have to do is, stay focused in school, and this is an opportunity. We need the next generation, and we want you to come join us.
Keynote speaker of the event was Colonel Richard Tolliver, a former Air Force combat pilot who was mentored by the Tuskegee Airmen, reinforced the importance of preserving their legacy.
Well, that's the joy, and that's the challenge, to get the message out to the youngsters today in a way that they can appreciate it. Let them know that, there's been a price for the freedoms that they have, and try to identify with them where they are. So the things that they're challenged with, to give them a story that you, the youngsters today, can overcome any obstacle, any time in your life. And so we want to get that message across, but we really want them to care about this very country they're living in. because without this country, there is no future for them. So there are a lot of externalities today to make them think that this isn't a great country. But you have to live through it. You have to see it. And I have the privilege of having over 80 years living in America, growing up in America during World War II and that sort of thing. I've seen these things come and go. And whatever the challenge is today, we have an old saying, this too will pass. Keep your eye on the prize, have a dream, have a hope, don't let it ever leave you.
Beyond the historical displays and aircraft exhibits, the Red Tail Rendezvous was a call to action, a reminder that honoring the past is only meaningful if it helps shape the future. Through Edwards Air Force Base's STEM outreach initiatives, students also had the opportunity to engage with aerospace professionals, explore career paths in aviation, and witness firsthand how history informs technological advancements. By intertwining the past, present, and future, the Red Tail Rendezvous did more than just commemorate the Tuskegee Airmen and ensured their impact will continue to inspire, educate, and empower generations to come. This has been Jacobo Garrido reporting for L28 News.